The B-2 Spirit bomber is an aircraft in the world that no missile can destroy, no matter how much one tries. It may look as big as a football field, but on enemy radar, it appears only as tiny as a fly. No matter how complex the radar network is, evading it is child's play for the B-2 Spirit bomber. Built at a cost of billions of dollars, it is the most expensive aircraft ever made to date. Compared to other jets, it is not only quieter but can also easily evade heat-seeking and infrared-guided missiles. An aircraft so powerful, it could change the map of the world if it wanted. But the thought-provoking question is, how does a 52-meter-wide aircraft avoid detection on radar? What science is in play that the US has kept hidden for the last 37 years? Welcome once again to another informative video of Review It channel viewers. The reason behind the creation of this B-2 bomber is an incident that brought the United States immense shame worldwide. On May 1, 1960, a US Lockheed U-2 aircraft took off from Peshawar Air Base in Pakistan. It was on a CIA secret mission to spy on the Soviet Union. It was the Cold War era, when both America and the Soviet Union were trying to outdo each other with technology. The US was confident that its U-2 Lockheed spy plane could fly at 80,000 feet, believing that at such a high altitude, nothing could harm it. The US assumed that no USSR missile could reach such a height. But as soon as the aircraft entered Soviet territory, radar immediately detected it. They first sent several fighter jets and launched many missiles, but truly, hitting it at such an altitude was beyond their capability. However, then the Soviet military locked its S-75 Dervinar missile onto the plane and fired. America knew about this missile but believed it couldn't reach such altitudes. But what happened next was beyond the US's wildest imagination. The S-75 hit the U-2 Lockheed at 80,000 feet with extreme precision. The plane crashed over a city called Yekaterinburg, and the pilot ejected himself. Initially, the US claimed that it was a NASA weather research plane. But when the USSR presented the captured pilot and the U-2 surveillance equipment to the world, the US faced global humiliation. This incident taught both countries a serious lesson. After that, Russia, or the Soviet Union, began working on its air defense, and the US began developing technology that would make aircraft literally invisible to radar. At that time, the US had B-52 bombers, but after this incident, it became clear that if they entered Russian territory, they would be shot down before doing anything. In other words, the US couldn't even think about using its nuclear weapons against Russia. By 1976, the USSR had developed surface-to-air missiles capable of shooting down aircraft from 100 kilometers away, including the S-300. At that point, the USSR's air defense had become so strong that an American Air Force general said sending a B-52 bomber into the Soviet Union was like throwing a stone at a beehive. That's when America launched the Advanced Technology Bomber, ATB, program in 1978. The program aimed to build a bomber plane that could enter Soviet territory, drop bombs right in front of their radars, and escape unnoticed. All of these US requirements were fulfilled by the B-2 bomber, which had its first flight in 1989 but was revealed to the world in 1997. The B-2's biggest feature is its radar evasion capability. Every corner of this aircraft is designed so that when radar signals hit it, they don't bounce back to the radar. Instead, the signal's direction is changed, and that's why its design consists only of wings, no fuselage, no tail. Normal aircraft have a vertical tail fin, which is easily detectable on radar. Air defense radar networks are highly connected and constantly send out signals in every direction so that no area remains undetected. These signals typically reflect off the plane's body and return to the radar, confirming the plane's presence. Especially, avoiding detection of the tail fin is nearly impossible because it acts like a mirror when seen from the side. But the B-2 Spirit bomber's body is designed such that no matter from where the radar signal comes, it will not reflect in the same direction after impact. That's why it has no tail. Its zigzag design deflects signals completely in the opposite direction. The B-2 bomber's success lies not only in its design, but also in a coating that absorbs 100% of radar signals. The US developed a secret coating, the details of which remain hidden from the world to this day. Because of this coating, the B-2 bomber becomes 100% invisible to radar. Its radar cross-section is astonishingly just 0.0001 square meters. Detecting it is like detecting a fly in the sky. For comparison, a B-52 bomber appears on radar the size of a two-bedroom flat, the F-15 the size of a small room, the JF-17 as a single bed, and the Rafale like a large pillow. Despite being 10 times larger than all these aircraft, The B-2 bomber appears on radar only as big as a fly. In aviation security, this technology is called stealth, and its foundation was laid by the B-2 bomber. The B-2 Spirit bomber isn't just capable of evading enemy radar. Its low heat signature also allows it to fool infrared and heat-seeking missiles. Normally, air defense systems have infrared surveillance systems that detect the heat coming from behind a jet and lock missiles onto that heat signature. But the B-2 bomber's engines are hidden inside its body. After combustion inside the jet engine, the heat is not released directly. Instead, it's mixed with cold outside air first. That's why the B-2 bomber doesn't leave any heat signature behind, making it the aircraft with the lowest heat signature in the world. For example, if an F-16 is detected from 100 kilometers away via an infrared surveillance system, the B-2 bomber won't be detected until it comes within 10 kilometers, and it usually doesn't fly that low to begin with. The B-2 bomber can amazingly fly at altitudes of 15,000 meters or just 500 feet. At such high altitudes, not only can it evade infrared radar, but due to thinner atmosphere, the aircraft experiences less drag and becomes more fuel efficient, allowing it to travel longer distances. On a full tank, the B-2 bomber can easily travel 11,000 kilometers. Now you may think that not appearing on radar or infrared is its main feature, but no. What truly makes the B-2 bomber a stealth bomber is its ECM, or electronic countermeasures. The B-2 is equipped with high-tech ECM systems that first analyze the enemy radar's frequency, then send false signals on that same frequency, causing the radar to show the B-2's false location, or even display the B-2 in 20 different locations when in fact it's only in one. This system records radar signals, modifies them, and sends them back. The radar believes the signal is genuine, but it's fake. And the most amazing part is that the ECM sends false signals only to the radar that detected it, making the enemy believe their radar has some noise or error. If false signals are sent to all radars, the enemy might become suspicious. The B-2 bomber's body is made mostly of carbon graphite composite material. This aircraft was built in parts and then assembled the way a Swiss watchmaker connects each component with perfect precision. Now let's talk about its payload. It can astonishingly carry 18,000 kilograms of explosives, equivalent to the load of 15 vehicles. It can hide 80 JDAMs inside its belly. These are GPS-guided bombs. It can carry 16 B-83 nuclear bombs and 16 AGM-158 JASSM missiles, which are stealth cruise missiles. These bombs are fitted inside the B-2's internal bay, and the door is closed to maintain stealth during flight. Speaking of range, it can go from the US to Russia and back. If refueled mid-air, the B-2 bomber can reach any corner of the world. During the Afghanistan war, the B-2 bomber took off from Missouri Air Force Base in the US, traveled 9,500 kilometers to bomb Afghanistan, and returned without landing. Only one mid-air refueling was needed. During this entire mission, the B-2 bomber flew for 45 continuous hours without appearing on a single radar. It was also used in 1999 during Operation Allied Force for bombings in Serbia. In 2003, during Operation Iraq Freedom, and in 2011 during Operation Odyssey Dawn, the B-2 bombed Libya. The B-2 Spirit bomber can fly in any weather and under any condition. Even if GPS satellites are destroyed, it uses backup systems to navigate by the stars. Its high-tech sonar cameras make the B-2 the world's most advanced obstacle avoidance plane. It identifies terrain and adjusts its flight accordingly. Now, because it is essentially a giant wing with no tail rudder or elevator, its stability isn't perfect enough for a pilot to fly without computer assistance. It has the world's most complex computer system, constantly adjusting its roll and pitch movement. The pilot just gives a command to turn, and the computer turns the plane as per the pilot's needs. Obviously, such an advanced and secure aircraft is also very expensive. Only 21 B-2 bombers have ever been built, and just one costs billions of dollars. That's more than the GDP of several countries. All these aircraft are owned solely by the US, and they currently have no intention of selling the technology. Additionally, it consumes so much fuel that in just 1 hour, it burns $0.5 million worth of fuel. In comparison, a normal commercial jet uses just $500 worth of fuel in 1 hour. Maintenance of the B-2 bomber is also vastly different from normal aircraft. After every flight, the entire plane is soft-washed, and a fresh coat of secret stealth coating is reapplied. Every corner of the body is checked to ensure there isn't even the tiniest hole or dent, because even a mosquito-sized dent could cause it to lose its stealth capabilities. We hope you will like and share this review at channel video as well. Thank you so much for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.